Televangelist Billy Graham once said of the Bible,
"No other book can touch its profound wisdom, its poetic beauty, or accuracy of its history, and so, with its prophecy. The Bible embodies all of the knowledge man needs to fill the longing of his soul and solve all of his problems. All of God's promises to men are in this book. It is our guide to life as we travel this world, and a lamp to our feet as we follow God's word."
there are many believers, men and women, who hold their Bibles with such value that they are willing to sacrifice their lives just to possess it. Looking back at history in AD 303, at the time of the great church persecution, Roman Emperor Diocletian have ordered to find any copy of the scriptures and have them burned. That was how determined the emperor to destroy the scriptures. Thousands of believers were martyred. They refused to throw away their Bibles, choosing death instead. The killing and destruction went for 2 years. Finally, the emperor declared the scriptures were extinct. However, after 20 years had passed, the scriptures resurfaced. The emperor at the time, Constantine, even proclaimed the Bible the infallible judge of all truth. This proves that man can never destroy, nor prevent believers from reading the words of God. 1 Peter 1-25 said, "But the word of the Lord endures forever." Man even resorted to mockery of the Bible, just to discredit it, only to suffer the humiliation of the mockery himself. French humorist Voltaire in 17th century once boastfully said, "The world will hear no more of the Bible in 50 years." However, at the time of his boast, the British Museum bought a manuscript of the Greek New Testament. The Russian government sold it for $500,000. Meanwhile, Voltaire's first edition book was selling at 8 cents a copy. Furthermore, 50 years after Voltaire's death, Geneva Bible Society were printing Bibles at the very house where Voltaire had lived, even using his own printing press. Matthew 23-12 said, "Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, but whoever humbled himself will be exalted." How important is the Bible? Do you know that the Bible is the best-selling book of all time? A fact that is witnessed every single year. Millions of people read the Bible than any other book, without question, and fully trusting it. This conviction is not only on believers, but even among renowned political figures, royalty, and famous people. Winston Churchill is a classic example. He called the Bible a masterpiece. Many intellectuals, like writers, artists, poets, sculptors, and musicians, have filled their works based on biblical themes. No book in the history of the world has inspired creativity than the Bible. The Bible was written over a period of 1,500 years. A diverse group of more than 40 human authors wrote the scriptures. There were kings, prophets, and apostles, even historians, farmers, and fishermen. These authors came from 4 geopolitical regions: the Middle East, Mesopotamia, Asia Minor, and Southern Europe. As these writers wrote the scriptures, they were moved by the Spirit of God. Thus, the words they have recorded were nothing less than the very words of God. In 1454, the first mold-type printing press was invented, and the very first book that was printed was the Holy Bible. History shows the Bible's influence to European culture's development and the Western civilization. The 10 Commandments, for instance, are the cornerstone of jurisprudence. The Sermon on the Mount laid the foundation of ethics and morality around the world. You may not be aware when you made light of something, like saying, you showed Job's patience, or notice signs of the times, or decide to eat and drink and be merry, or saved by the skin of your teeth. These are actually biblical quotes, etched deeply in our daily language. Televangelist Billy Graham once said, "No other book can touch its profound wisdom, its poetic beauty, or accuracy of its history and prophecies. The Bible embodies all of the knowledge that man needs to fill the longing of his soul and solve all of his problems. It is our guide to life as we travel this world, a lamp to our feet as we follow God's words. The Bible is the only God-inspired book ever written. It is definitive and authoritative. As long as the readers of Scriptures remain faithful to its full contexts, studying the Word carefully, reading it slowly, frequently, and prayerfully, it will permanently change their lives. The Bible will remain the most influential book in the world. Its message originated from God Himself and resolves man's most pressing needs: how to know God and be reconciled to Him. The Bible is very important as it revealed an incredible truth about God's Word. Found in Isaiah 55:11, it said, "So shall my word be that goes forth from my mouth. It shall not return to me void, but it shall accomplish what I please, and it shall prosper in the thing for which it was sent." So make reading and study of the Bible a priority in your life. It is a mine of wealth, a paradise of. The Bible is given to man in this life and will be opened someday at the judgment and be remembered forevermore.